you get scared of dark. You get scared of going to bed. I would see the sun going down and I would already start becoming anxious, heart beating, and I know that night is coming and I know I won't be able to fall asleep. It's only when it's gone that you understand how important sleep is. At the beginning, I would wake up in the middle of the night and could not fall asleep again because I thought my husband was snoring and, external problems were bothering me. And then when it started becoming something more regular, I understood that maybe the problem is me. Chronic insomnia is despair. You cannot sleep one night or 2 nights, but when it becomes routine, you just get desperate because you know it's going to happen next night. And I know I won't be able to fall asleep, and I know how much work I have for the next day, and I know I will not be able to do everything I want to do. And you feel miserable and sorry for yourself. Even the dog would go away and sleep. I would just sit in the sofa and wait for the next day. At some point, I would stand up and go to the swimming pool very early because that's nothing I can do. I started swimming when I was 15, and then I never stopped. Swimming is part of my identity. If you ask who am I am a woman, a mother, a researcher, a swimmer. Swimming was the only thing in my life that was constant. And when I started having the chronic insomnia and I was too tired to swim, that was when I broke. I felt I lost control of my life.
When I was studying neuroscience before I became a physician, I was fascinated by sleep. I looked at these beautiful EEG patterns on the screen when people were sleeping, and they really looked like a work of art. And later on, as a physician, I realized how much impact problems with sleep have on so many other conditions of mental and physical health. Chronic insomnia is a distinct condition where people experience problems with falling asleep or sleeping through the night at least 3 times per week over a course of at least 3 months. We have 2 systems, the wake system and we have the sleep system. In people with chronic insomnia, there's a disbalance between these 2 systems. And what we think right now is that it's not really a problem with the sleep system itself, but rather the wake system being overactive. The consequences of untreated chronic insomnia can lead to cardiovascular diseases, anxiety or depression, and it can affect everything from work performance to personal well-being. I see 60 to 70% female patients. This reflects a wider trend for chronic insomnia. There are many more women affected compared to men, yet many women don't realize that hormonal changes can be one of several factors contributing to their sleep difficulties.
Menopause was a topic that I knew about, but I never thought it would happen to me. Of course, I knew it would happen to me, but when it happens, you're never prepared for that.
So how has your sleep been, Ruth?
I'm still trying to find the balance. When you think about menopause, you think about the hot flashes and mood swings. I never expected it to completely unravel my sleep. I became much less patient with everybody. I also have 2 teenagers, so a lot of hormones going on at the same time. We would have a lot of arguments. I think it was more difficult with the little one. I had much less patience for her, and I explained that to her, and she took it very difficult. It took a while for me to connect the dots and understand that the sleeping problem was part of the perimenopause. It was also tricky to understand which doctor should I look to solve the problem, or should I seek care at all, because this is such a normal process of life, right?
In my experience, women that come to my clinic often tell me that they didn't address this because they thought it was a normal part of life. Ruth's treatment journey has been a balancing act. We looked at the life she was leading. We looked at these sleep-related fears. We used cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia to confront these worries. We tried to incorporate regular relaxation techniques. As a second step, she sought help with her gynecologist and incorporated hormonal replacement therapy. And the third pillar for Ruth's treatment plan, we used medication to help her break through this insomnia cycle she was experiencing.
I stopped having this heart beating in bed. I stopped having the adrenaline waves, and I felt that I could go to bed and sleep. It was a big relief to know that I was on the right track. I'm still trying to find the balance, but I have many tools that I can use. When I have a good night of sleep, I feel energetic, I feel happy about myself. I just told my husband the other day that I am happy again and I can laugh again. I have the strength to face this new life, this new phase. It's empowering. I know it's a journey, and I know that I am not lost in this journey anymore.